Did you know that a single invention from a forgotten mechanical engineer completely changed the world? Stick around because I guarantee this story will blow your mind. Meet Isambard Kingdom Brunel, not a household name today, but back in the 19th century, he was nothing short of a superstar, not for his fame, but for his genius. His work wasn't just ahead of his time, it was practically from the future. Brunel's journey began in England during the Industrial Revolution, a period teeming with breakthroughs, but also filled with challenges. At just 20 years old, he started working with his father, Marc Brunel, constructing something that no one had dared to imagine: an underground tunnel beneath a river. Let me explain why that mattered. Back then, commerce was booming, and moving goods between London's shores was a bottleneck. The Thames eroded most building materials, and no one trusted the unpredictable waters. But the younger Brunel thought differently. "Why not go under it?" he asked. The idea was radical, almost absurd to his contemporaries. They weren't wrong to be skeptical either, because tunneling through wet, unstable ground seemed impossible. No technology existed to make this happen. And that's where the magic happens. Brunel and his father developed a tool called the tunneling shield. Think of it like a giant, human-powered worm burrowing through soil while workers reinforced the walls behind it. The shield became the prototype for most modern-day subways, setting the stage for the urban societies we know today. But did inventing it come easy? Absolutely not. Disaster struck during its construction, when the riverbed collapsed, flooding the site. Brunel was nearly drowned, barely escaping with his life. You'd think that nearly dying might deter someone. But not Brunel. Against all odds, he recovered and insisted on finishing what they started. By 1843, they completed the Thames Tunnel, which was dubbed the eighth wonder of the world. What's extraordinary is that this tunnel still exists, used today as part of London's overground rail system. And yet, this wasn't the endpoint of Brunel's contributions. Oh no, it's just the beginning. Fresh off the tunnel's success, Brunel went on to revolutionize railroads. He built railways that were straighter, faster, and smoother than anything that had come before. Imagine a train back then, traveling faster than anyone had ever thought possible. Imagine the exhilaration for people experiencing speeds they didn't think the human body could tolerate. That was Brunel's work. Here's another twist. His innovations didn't stop on land. Some of his greatest feats took place at sea. He pioneered engineering principles to design massive ocean-going vessels. The ships of his time were small and unassuming, but Brunel's steamships were behemoths, the kind of things you'd think possible in the 20th century, not the 19th. Among them, the SS Great Eastern used Brunel's industrial methods. Though not commercially successful, its groundwork became the blueprint for modern cruise liners and container ships. So, why don't we talk more about Brunel today? He wasn't someone who worked for glory. His ambition was functional, aiming to advance humanity. And while some of his later projects failed, their principles laid the groundwork for someone else's success. He was the genius quietly building a legacy the world wasn't quite ready to recognize at the time. So next time you walk through a subway, cross a bridge, or hop on a high-speed train, remember this name: Isambard Kingdom Brunel. He didn't just build infrastructure, he built a new way of thinking. And it all started with one crazy, impossible idea. This has been another episode of Fascinating History. Don't forget to like, share, and follow for more hidden stories that shaped our world.